Hola, bienvenidos al Festival Latinx Presente. Estamos tan entusiasmados de tenerlos aquí. Esperamos que en esta experiencia puedan ver, conocer y elevar un poco de la identidad latina Latinx en el área de Florida.
I believe that everybody should be able to see themselves in art. I've always said that if you're a little boy or girl of color and you go into a museum, you should be able to find yourself. Look of it, all the color and movement, I think represents me as a Boricua. You know, I was born in Puerto Rico. I was there till I was 13. English is my second language. So certainly that comes through. Another thing that represents me is I paint mostly females and female forms. And I was brought up solely by women, and they were strong, larger than life women. So a lot of times the women in my paintings are large, and that's not necessarily of size. Sometimes it is, because I'm very much about body positivity and real bodies, but it's also about presence and importance and worth. So yeah, I think my art is honest and direct and accessible. And we move from the space of invisibility to being seen, and you have to be ready for that. Yeah, you have to be ready. When I first came to this country as a kid, I was in like a pretty much white neighborhood, and my first instinct was to assimilate. You know, you're a young kid, you want to fit in. And it wasn't until later in life, and actually because of my mother, who was not the Latina side of me, who, you know, instilled in me the importance of being proud of my heritage, and that makes me, you know, versus one of the many. Well, Pinellas Park, I've been here for, I think it's about 4 years now. I was the very first one in this suite of studios. The arts have a whole unique way of sharing information. I'm very, very much about the arts being a vehicle for social change. I'm Gascott. I'm a visual artist from St. Pete, Florida, and my medium is mostly acrylic and latex paints on canvas.
Hi, my name is Gloria Munoz. I'm happy to share a poem with you all. This poem is about the environment, and it's called Contrapuntal. There is like here when we're all defending water. Here is like there because we're sinking. Night is like day when a chant is a prayer. Day is like night when birds wash up in oil. Wet is like dry when the scream stays stuck in your throat. Dry is like wet when water protectors are sprayed with pressure. New is like old when there's lead in the water. Old is like new when smokestacks smudge out the stars. Up is like down when regret is an endless nesting doll. Down is like up when the drilling starts. Thank you.
There is a lot of things going on in the world right now. So trying to become a better human species, that's the main thing that I'm trying to reflect on my art. I think right now there is a big artist in Pinellas County, especially with the Latinos. We have a lot of power to change things, and right now we're doing a lot, but I think we can do more things. So that way our voice can be listened, can be heard. In my personal experience, I would say that that's the most important thing, that we can express everything that's happening here in Pinellas or Tampa Bay area. I would say pretty much everything is art. You walk around, you see art everywhere. So I would say the world without art is nothing. Okay, para todos mis latinos allá afuera, que su voz se sienta, salgan, voten, digan lo que piensan. Nosotros tenemos la oportunidad de cambiar este mundo para un mundo mejor. Somos una gran comunidad en este país y sé que con nuestra ayuda este país podrá ser un mejor lugar para todos. Yes, my name is Pedro Hernandez. I'm right now living in Palm Harbor, Florida. My medium is mixed media.
And is the everyday ordinary that we really, really do take for granted. Latin culture in general, it's very important to me. It's definitely a way that I've been able to find myself, especially growing up in the States. as a Puerto Riqueña, not necessarily on the island, and being able to travel, being part of the diaspora aspect of it is a huge influence on my life. And it's literally the only thing that I could paint about. I've tried to go other routes and it just comes right back to my roots. If you cannot express that voice outwardly, what other way to do it, you know, than for me personally, than through art. I'm new to Pinellas County, but one of the reasons I was so excited to come down here was that's all I saw was the art. Between the mural festivals and the art festivals, I said, that is where I need to be. I kept traveling across the bridge to come here, and I said, I need to be down there and be in the midst of all of it. I think that's what embodies St. Pete as a whole, is the arts culture. And my name is Ketsi Ruiz, also known as Sketsy. I live in Largo, and my choice of medium is acrylic. I also do some digital work.
Always enjoyed singing and dancing. It's just been a part of my life ever since I was a small child. I always sang and danced. It was a family tradition. We would play music. We would all dance together. My father would play the guitar. We would all sing together. We would all get up and dance together. Singing and dancing is what we do for fun. Art is therapy, and it just helps me to deal with my own feelings. I love Pinellas County. Pinellas County is so conscious and such an aware of the arts and has such a focus on the arts. And this is such a creative community, and I'm so blessed that I came here, and it's such a wonderful place to be an artist because I feel so supported. My name is Robin Crosa. I live in St. Petersburg, and I am a musician, I am a singer, I am a songwriter, I am a dancer, I am an actress, and I am a visual artist. I am also a psychic entertainer.
What we can do is get together. If you don't get together, we don't go anywhere because we are not that many, and if we display out, we get lost. If we get together, we can do events, like art, we can do culture, we can do poetry, we can do dance, we have so much flavor to give to the community that the best thing is get together, be a leader, open the windows, and be a good listener because there is somebody who has a voice and need to be listened. My name is Wilmer Vergara. I live in St. Petersburg, Florida. And the kind of art that I do is very mixed. I do photography, I do painting, stained glass, fused glass. I work with acrylics, I do sculpture, and I do jewelry. So I do a little bit of everything.
My name is Robin Crosa, and this is my father, Peter Crosa, and we're going to be singing an old Cuban folk song called Guantanamera, which means woman from Guantanamo, which is a province in Cuba where our family immigrated from many years ago when they came here to the United States from Cuba. This performance is part of the Latinx Presente Virtual Festival for the Arts. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. Yo hombre sincero, de donde crece la palma. Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crece la palma. Y antes de morir me quiero echar mis versos del alma. Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera. I am one who's sincere, from where the palm trees grow. I am one who's sincere, from where the palm trees grow. Before I die, I would sing you the many verses my heart knows. Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera. Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crecen las palmas. Yo soy un hombre sincero, de donde crece la palma. Y antes de morir me quiero echar mis versos del alma. Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guajira Guantanamera.
My art, I think, is more focused as a female Latina. Because I'm a woman and I like to speak from my gender, and I like to speak from everybody else that also is sensitive about our thoughts and feelings. Pienso que somos afortunados en vivir acá, tener oportunidades de conocer a otros latinos, a latinas que están en este medio. Además que es una ciudad, un condado multicultural. Me gusta el hecho de que no necesariamente tienen que ser artistas, pero hay gente que valora el arte sin estar en el medio. Y tenemos ese apoyo de la gente latinoamericana que también le gusta disfrutar y participar en eventos que participamos, o sea, que organizamos o que participamos a la vez, como este, que digamos se proyecta mucho, tiene mucha proyección al futuro y hacia otras generaciones. Entonces, sí, somos afortunados de estar aquí. My name is Gabriela Valencia. I live in St. Petersburg, from Ecuador. So I've been living here around 11 years.
I've been doing art professionally full-time for like the last 7 years. So my partner and I will travel the country doing art festivals most of the year. We try to hang as many places as possible. And every time we came to St. Pete, we were just amazed at how much like art and culture was in this area. So we're like, if we're gonna move anywhere, this is where we're going. It's really easy to engage with people around here because they're so happy and open when it comes to the arts community here.
Hello, me llamo Fernando Chonqui. I am Ecuadorian, Honduran, Puerto Rican, and this is my piece, Vena Amoris, which was premiered at the Festival de Danse de Lourdes in France in 2018. Where I explore the idea of movement from an immigration Latinx perspective, living in a European country. And enjoy. Latinx Presente. Hi. Hi. Hello. I'm sorry. just gonna go back. I'm just gonna continue with your evening and have a great time and just forget that this happened and, or not. You can laugh about it.
Hello, I'm Javier T. Dones, and I live here in the beautiful city of St. Petersburg, Florida, for the last 27 years. I'm originally from Puerto Rico. I do chemistry and metals, mixed media, mainly on copper, but also integrating powder metals, enamels, mica crystals, mica bubbles, carbide flakes. In Puerto Rico, I'm very tactile. I'm a very tactile person. And I would disappear for days. My mother knew I was going to disappear at some point. And I didn't eat much, so I didn't have to bring too many things. But it was just being there, like in the forest and touching the rocks, and that I would love to kind of sleep with them on top of me, and then the smell of mud and water, and when it was going to rain. I usually walk from school, which was an hour away. If it was raining, the way that it rains there with these huge droplets. So all that is what I try to convey. You know, they look like universal things, galaxies under the water. Usually I tell people, you can express pareidolia, you can see so many things on the things, and just don't tell me, because sometimes they are very weird and personal. But I like that. This is the place to be. It's I've been amazed of the change to the positive side of our beautiful city. How there's so many groups and ethnicities, and you can go through the street and you hear so many different languages. So you know, and everyone is just like going one by one, and everyone is all together. And just with all these crises that we have had, you can see the protests have been very peaceful. People actually did what they meant to be. We didn't have violence or destruction. We still have our city. And we come together just like that. So it's like a little bubble of what you would like to be all over. And the arts, I think, has a lot to do with that. I think so.
All the drums and all the music that I play, because they are ethnically directed, then it gets me in a place where I would never have imagined to, because the instrument has its own life. So it takes me to all these people I never met to share happy and fun times. So for me, it's always been a great way to release all that, to let it go, to not be stressed out, and to understand the gift that I have and I was born with, and to share it with other people, to create that happiness, to do something without saying a word, and have this human being forget about their problems, their chaotic experience, and come and enjoy our culture, something that's foreign to them. And it's just, music is unilateral. It has no color, no race, no creed. You just, if they feel it good, they'll go and dance, and that's it. They just forgot about a lot of things. That's so important, to be able to integrate this country and anywhere you're at and around the world, to get closer to human beings, you know, and break those barriers. It's always been great. There's no barrier once they hear a drum or a guitar or the song or the dancing. It takes their mind away from what they're unfortunately tunneled into. Oh, visibility is something that you rarely get here in the States. In the public area, yes. Now, here in St. Pete, we were just playing here on the street. It was cool because even the police came by and they're like, yeah, you know, you can come here and get on the street and play. There is a certain amount of freedom that you won't find in the other cities around here, north, even just out on the beach. You got to be careful where you're at, you know, or el arte es algo que verdaderamente es muy necesario para el humano, porque la día a diaria es una forma de arte. Para vivirla mejor es bueno tener la música, el baile, la pintura, como ves, la escultura, bueno, todo tipo de inspiración interpersonal que la persona pueda tener, de inspiración con la naturaleza y ya compartirlo con los otros humanos. Entonces, ese tipo de arte y esa visibilidad lo que da e integración humana es más paz y amor en la vida. Porque en una fiesta, por ejemplo, te he contado en los momentos más felices de la vida de la gente. Hago bodas, hago quinceañeras, hago todo tipo de festividad en que a mí es el que me llaman para animar la cosa, para crear más felicidad de la que ya se espera. Y eso es muy bonito. Esa es integración, visibilidad y para mí una afirmación del universo de que, uy, muchas gracias, ¿no? Que escogí mi vida, puedo estar en todos estos momentos felices que tuviste. es mi trabajo. Pues eso es algo que Dios me dio a mí y ahí lo hago con mucho cariño, mucho amor, mucha apertura, todo. Por eso nos conocemos. Hi, my name is Hernando Bueno. I live in Bradenton, Florida, and my artistic medium is a specialization in Latin music, Afro-Cuban music specifically. The conga drums, the bata drums, the bongos, the timbales, shakers, shekares, bells, different dances that pertain to that, as well as the songs and the preservation of our culture.
Hi, I'm Daniela Soledade. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and I currently live in St. Petersburg, Florida. This is Nate Najar playing the guitar. I'm so happy to be participating in the Latinx Presente Virtual Festival of the Arts. The song that we're going to be playing for you today is called Pra Que Discutir com Madame. It was written by Janete de Almeida and Haroldo Barbosa. Madame diz que a raça não melhora, que a vida piora por causa do samba. Madame diz que o samba tem pecado, que o samba, coitado, devia acabar. Madame diz que o samba tem cachaça, mistura de raça, mistura de cor. Madame diz que o samba democrata é música barata sem nenhum valor. Vamos acabar com o samba, Madame não gosta que ninguém sambe. Vive dizendo que samba é vexame, pra que discutir com Madame? Vamos acabar com o samba, Madame não gosta que ninguém sambe. Vive dizendo que samba é vexame, pra que discutir com Madame? Para paia para para pa 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 ia baraba para ia ba pa bara 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 para pa parará. No carnaval que vem também concorro, meu bloco de morro vai cantar ópera. E na avenida entre mil apertos vocês vão ver gente cantando concerto. Madame tem um parafuso a menos, só fala veneno, meu Deus que horror. O samba brasileiro democrata, brasileiro na batata é que tem valor. Madame diz que a raça não melhora, que a vida piora por causa do samba. Madame diz que o samba tem pecado, que o samba, coitado, devia acabar. Madame diz que o samba tem cachaça, mistura de raça, mistura de cor. Madame diz que o samba democrata é música barata sem nenhum valor. Vamos acabar com o samba, Madame não gosta que ninguém sambe. Vive dizendo que samba é vexame, pra que discutir com Madame? Vamos acabar com o samba, Madame não gosta que ninguém sambe. Vive dizendo que samba é vexame, pra que discutir com Madame? Pa para paia para pa 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 ia baraba para ia bara 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 para pa parará. No carnaval que vem também concorro, meu bloco de morro vai cantar ópera. E na avenida entre mil apertos vocês vão ver gente cantando concerto. Madame tem um parafuso a menos, só fala veneno, meu Deus que horror. O samba brasileiro democrata, brasileiro na batata é que tem valor. Madame diz que a raça não melhora, que a vida piora por causa do samba. Madame diz que o samba tem pecado, que o samba, coitado, devia acabar. Madame diz que o samba tem cachaça, mistura de raça, mistura de dor. Madame diz que o samba democrata é música barata sem nenhum valor. Vamos acabar com o samba, Madame não gosta que ninguém sambe. Vive dizendo que samba é vexame, pra que discutir com Madame? Vamos acabar com o samba, Madame não gosta que ninguém sambe. Vive dizendo que samba é vexame, pra que discutir com Madame? Pa para paia para pa 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 carnaval que vem também concorro. Meu bloco de morro vai cantar ópera. E na avenida entre mil apertos vocês vão ver gente cantando concerto. Madame tem um parafuso a menos, só fala veneno. Meu Deus, que horror! O samba brasileiro democrata, brasileiro na batata é que tem valor.
One of the main things that I try to portray on my art is the environment, a mix with technology in kind of like a post-war scenario. So I try to generate or create a little bit of consciousness, make people think about these issues. My art represents me, the aspect of I can express myself, I can put my thoughts and my feelings. And as a Latino, I never thought about that. I never thought about, seeing it as a Latino, as always seeing it as part of like a universal. Okay, my name is Lucas. I am also known as Vanderlook. I am from Bogota, Colombia, born and raised. I live right now in St. Petersburg. I consider myself a multimedia artist.
I've been participating in the arts for my whole life, since I was 10, 12 years old. And a lot of the colors I use, I think, represent that a lot. For example, I'm Colombian and Ecuadorian. A lot of the main colors I use are yellow, red, and blue. I don't know if it's specifically because of that, but it is a color scheme that I like a lot. My art has a mix of both cultures, because even recently, this last year, I spent the whole year doing art in Ecuador and Colombia. And I picked up a couple of things from there, but it was still bringing, I guess, my American Latino style to there, seeing what I could grab, what I could learn from there, what I could give, and then I brought that back. So I think it's always been a give and take, a nice mix. My name is John Suarez. I live here in St. Pete, and I do illustrations, murals, and 3D art.
I love the art is in my life because it has always been a part of me since I was a child. I think that it has always reflected my experiences, just my community, everything that I've ever touched. It's a part of me. My art is a part of that. My childhood and images that I've seen as I was growing up of places like Puerto Rico, where my father and family are from. I go by the artist name Freddie Fred. I live in Largo, Florida, and my mediums stem from acrylic, watercolor, and pen and ink.
Lo tengo ya que ya, pero quiero un merengue que me ayude a levantar. No me lo toques suave, no me lo toques lento. Si me lo dan a arrastrar me voy y no me quedo. Oye muchachos toque, oye muchachos toque, oye muchachos toque, merengue apurado. Oye muchachos toque, oye muchachos toque, oye muchachos toque, merengue apurado. No tengo esa tramposa, solo cero mi pies. Ellos se mueven solo, parecen como bien. Yo miro a mi pareja, riquísima que está. Le doy una vuelta, le doy 20 más. Hey, oye muchachos toque, oye muchachos toque, oye muchachos toque, merengue apurado. Oye muchachos toque, oye muchachos toque, oye muchachos toque, merengue apurado. Apurado, apurado, toquen el apurado. Si me lo dan a arrastrar, para casa me voy salado. Apurado, apurado, toquen el apurado. Si me lo dan a arrastrar, para casa me voy salado. Okay, like I said, this music is for dancing. There you go. It's very easy, very easy.
I am on a love story kick right now. Unconditional love, inner love, love for others, acceptance. I feel that love, especially in St. Pete, because we are accepted as artists, we're accepted as people. I was born in Colombia, South America, but I've also spent a lot of time in this country. So I am, I think, a blend of both South America and the US. But as a Latina, there's a lot of color. There's a lot of flavor, there's a lot of music. So I try to incorporate that. But I love what St. Pete is doing in that they're focusing on inclusivity for everyone. Not just inclusivity of the artists, inviting all kinds of artists, but inviting the public as a whole to enjoy the art. And I just want to encourage people to be creative. You will heal yourself, and the resulting art will help to heal others. Ro Martinez Art. I live in Temple Terrace, and I'm an op art and abstract artist.